What's going on, y'all? It is Sunday, February 19th. Pops and I back in the shop. We just got the door bar pulled off of Blake's Harris right here. We went ahead and just took it off, and we're gonna bend it back out, bend the legs back out, and bend the door bar itself out a little bit. The 1.25 inch tube and actually took a little bit of a beating, so we're gonna straighten all that out. We said we weren't gonna be in the shop today. We were gonna do stuff around the house, but I got everything done this morning that we needed to get done, and Blake is supposed to be bringing us a ball joint. He actually had one at home that would work in his lower control arm. So he's gonna bring that to us sometime today, and maybe we'll get that right front finished up today and get it all done. New shock mounting all built for the top. And we'll get started on the rear hopefully tomorrow evening. We'll run tomorrow after work and get some tubing. And once we get some tubing, we'll be set. And what we can do for the time being is we can go ahead and swap the left front upper control arm, check everything over there, make sure it's all good, and until he brings us the ball joint for the right side. So I'm gonna set the camera up. Pops and I are gonna do some straightening over here on this door bar, and we'll see if we can't get it straightened out and back on the car. Y'all hang out with us today. Well, we got the door bar straightened back out for the most part. I mean, it's still got some little kinks here and there, but it's actually back out where it needs to be. Once we get the sheet metal in the decking fixed and all that straightened back out to where it's supposed to be. Well, y'all saw me and Pop beating on it and bending on it. Sometimes you just gotta put a little manpower on them and get them bent back out. But
Adjustments.
there you go. It's back off the header now. That's why we like to use this 5/8 tubing and this 1.25 inch stuff, is because you can just bend it a little bit. None of the welds are cracked. We flattened the tabs back out, straightened it back up, put it back on the car, and he can use it again. So if it does get in a bad enough wreck to where it gets, you know, just mangled or ripped off or something, then you can build a new one. But for the time being, it's straightened back up and it can be used. So we're gonna use it. Well, now we'll probably move on. We'll probably do that left front over there. We'll probably pull it off and put that new straight upper on it, and just double check everything over there. Kind of eyeball our settings with an angle finder. And then again, once we get all the front end done and finished, we can put it back on the ground, caster camber gauge, set everything like we want it. So y'all hang out with us. We're gonna work on the front suspension now. We're gonna do some real time while we pull all this suspension off. That way y'all can watch this if we make them mistakes people talk about.
Well, part of life.
Yep. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's funny how people will point out everybody else's mistakes. But we don't care.
Well, as long as they're talking about us, they giving somebody else a rest.
One of my favorite slogans of all time, I say slogans, sayings, whatever you want to call it. Scott Bloomquist, in an interview, this has been a few years ago, somebody said, the guy that was interviewing him said, "You hear all them fans booing?" And Bloomer said, "Don't matter if they're cheering or booing, they're making noise, and that's all people hear." So,
All right.
alrighty. All we got to do, y'all, is pull off the upper control arm, swap it with the new one that's laying up there on the decking, because everything right here looks good. Spindle looks good. We may double check it, but everything over here, we don't even know how this control arm got bent. He didn't even get hit on the left front, so I think he may have got hit on the left front. He just didn't know it, or it may have happened at Talladega. And we just didn't see it, to be honest with you. may have happened to go there. And that's on us for not seeing it. You 15, 16? Yeah, I got it right.
Oh, socket.
I didn't get a socket.
I got a socket right.
All right. I didn't get a socket. I got a wrench. We give Blake a hard time. In case y'all hadn't noticed that. Me and Pops are usually, even on Sundays or weekends, we down here a lot of times by 7 o'clock. Sometimes earlier than that. We just like to get down here and get started and get done. Can't play and do it all day. I didn't think that's gonna come out for me. It should be laid over there, shouldn't it? Oh, put it up.
Right there this morning and stuck it back up on me.
Oh. I got you.
Wait, hammer.
Nope. Sure didn't. Guess I thought I was gonna pry it apart.
Just pick up on it, come with.
Yeah. Exactly. Shout out to Joel at Close Racing Supply again. These upper control arms came from Harris. These are the ones that Dad and I put on the car when we had it. And the company that was making the cross shafts for Harris just told Harris that they weren't going to make them anymore, is the way it was told to me. So Joel at Close Racing Supply makes these awesome aluminum cross shafts. They're beefy, they're thick, they're nice, and they're price reasonable. So Joel made these, and the cross shaft we may have to use for the driver's side is a different cross shaft. It's like one that you would get from Harris before they quit making them. But the one that was on the right front did get bent that Joel made, and it didn't bend much, but there's no way around that. It was gonna get bent. It had no choice. But
I'm gonna lick that too.
yeah, it took a hard lick. Hard lick.
Cross shaft you're gonna use.
Sorry, y'all. We had to swap our balls on.
You gonna use that one?
Yeah. That's what I was saying just a minute ago. We got that new one over there.
Okay.
like that. They very snug, or it's like precision. Is that what they call that? I guess. Precision.
I don't know about that. I only very well you have 3 years.
That ring is right there. It's a little weak.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom.
Hey,
Looks a lot better, don't it?
looks a lot better. A lot better.
Yeah, that shot was like close to this tube. No more. Do that every time. Go the wrong way. Oh, I need that little tray, them cotter pins. I'm gonna put a different one in it. This one's kind of mangled up. Kind of mangled up. Oh yeah. There's that. You just have to be adjusted now.
Yep.
'Cause it's still got some negative capture on it.
Yeah, I think so.
Time ran way out. Because right now everybody's got about 12 degrees of camber in it. So we'll run them up, adjust them, get them close. Get the capture camera gauge on it. But you go ahead and run them in.
Get all that adjusted. Good.
Wow!
Go ahead and run that one in. We'll hang it back up there. If you can. I got the hook. All right. Take it completely out.
That's what I was about to do. Let's back out. I want to look like,
Put the jack over
yeah.
Lay it down.
Come on in for me. times don't feel real good, so we're gonna take them out and clean them. Times don't feel real good.
There. Seemed too bad after you got started. Let me take that meat off, wash it up, clean it up.
Yeah, we'll spray
Put a
some.
little anti-seed on it.
Yeah. This one ain't bad right here.
There's all right.
I mean, I want to still take it out, but
Yeah.
nah, it started getting rough. Yep. We're gonna get these cleaned up. We're gonna get these put back in. Get this close. Let front be done. So y'all hang out. Well, all right. We got that upper on and got it kind of adjusted where we want it. Once we get it right height, we'll double check everything in the front end since we're replacing so much stuff. And like I said, we're gonna do some setup stuff on this car different. But that's it for now. Y'all hang out with us. Blake's bringing us that ball joint. We're gonna get busy getting this right front done, and then we can do the shock mount for the right front. And hopefully get that done today. And that way, all we gotta do is get our tubing for the rear end and fix everything in the back. Y'all hang out.
Yep.
All right, y'all. I wasn't videoing just a second ago, but Blake brought us up that lower ball joint. We got it knocked in real quick, and Pops just threw the lower control arm in there and got it all tight. And now we're gonna get everything else put on there. So y'all hang out. Go to your right, turn to your right. Right there. Get over here. Well, there's that. Put all the rest of it back in. Hang on.
Gotta wash it. May not need it, but
Hey, let me pull it off. That was cut. It may need to go on top. Yeah.
if you put a washer on there, you ain't gonna get it down further.
Here's the thing that was on the other.
All right, that'll work.
Is it 15, 16, or is it 7, 8?
Yeah, 7/8 was on top, I know.
Bottom too. All right then. Back door open. It look cool. Get her?
My hole.
Right behind that one.
I don't it. Got it in there crooked. Dang it! How much hole you got out of there?
About half.
A little murder.
Right. one side now. You in there?
It's in there.
I had the needle nose stuff.
They're in the door.
Oh.
Turn it down a little bit so you spin it out.
Like it.
Like that.
Oh. Did he bring that bolt down balls on the top?
Yeah.
Cat and everything. The bolts and everything for that. We'll see if this will work. I guess really we could eyeball it right here and see if it's gonna work.
Yep.
Before we even try it.
Oh, so you
I ain't gonna fight. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yep, we are,
We're back here.
yeah.
Well, so we're gonna be building the control arm. That ain't no problem.
No. No problem, Bob.
Yep. Well, y'all, that control arm don't have enough offset. So we are gonna end up having to build a control arm, and that ain't no problem. So y'all hang out with us. We're gonna work on building a control arm. Well, y'all, I wasn't videoing again, of course. And Pops asked me if I was videoing, and I said yeah, because I thought I was. But anyway, we got the new cross shaft bolted up on here, and we used the side of that driver side control arm that I was talking about. It's not bent. The ball joint holder is good. So we use this. These Harris uppers like this that come from Harris, the degree is, they're on 0. So they're the same left and right. So we just flipped it and used it over here as the back, and this was actually the front over there. So I think it was, no, actually, yeah, it was the back over there, I'm sorry. And so what we done is we cut this tube. I cut the weld on the original and took this threaded slug out, and then we cut this tube the length we wanted, and I welded that slug back in. So what we done is we had some more of this chromoly tubing that we used on Mike's car when we built his upper control arm. And we used that part of one of those tubes that was bent. It was bent out here. So we just cut it off straight, bolted it on. And we just tied in our tube from the ball joint holder to there. And I will come back and we will cut this at an angle with the same angle as this bar. Just cut that off, and then I will cap the end of that tube so it's not open. But that's where we're at. And we checked our camber gain, caster gain. As y'all can see, the lower control arm hits the frame. But everything works good. We're gonna move our shock mount out front, out here, like we did on Mike's car. And then we're gonna have to build a stand right here and get that shock on up here a little bit so it don't bottom out. But that's where we're at. The right front shock. Law, what are you doing back there?
Trying to get it back going.
The right front shock was bent, so we're going to take off the left front shock and use it over here to mark up our shock mount. And then once we do that, the right front will be done. We'll get all this welded up, boxed in like I said, cap that tube, and get this right front buttoned up. We'll be done. Coley's borrowing a trailer, so he's borrowing straps. So, but that's where we're at. We'll probably just use this footage from today and do a part 2 of the Harris Resurrection. And we got the door bar straight. Y'all seen all that. We got to take that aluminum angle off right there.
Yeah, I know.
And it looks pretty bad. That valence is done for. But that's what that's where we're at. We'll get this buttoned up. Like I said, shock mount. We'll be done with this. We're gonna get some tubing tomorrow. Once we get some tubing, we'll get started on that back half. So I think we're just gonna end. Maybe he'll put some mufflers on that thing. But anyway. Well, we're going to end this video off. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing us work on the front of this thing. And we'll get this front buttoned up. And then we'll get started on the rear, building that rear clip. We'll probably just do a part 3. And that'll be the rear clip build. And we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We thank y'all for watching. And don't forget, decking sponsor list is down to 34 spots now. I'm going to talk to a guy tomorrow. It may drop to 30 spots, depending on how many spots he wants. So, y'all hang out with us. We got a lot more content coming. Until next time.
Appreciate you watching. God bless.
See y'all.